I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give this a try. I'm Ransom Ryder. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm in the kitchen, and I just want to get to know you guys and hang out and let you get to know me as I cook potatoes. These are going to be fried southern. These are going to be fried southern potatoes and duck fat. Now, if you see me looking right over there, there's a monitor over there. I'm just checking to make sure I'm in the screen and I'm doing things right. Oh my gosh. If you come in and you hang out on my channel, you'll know that I grew up in the Smoky Mountains, but I have now transplanted into the big city. I'm from a small town, fewer than 500 people when I was growing up. And, just probably went to school with like 75, 77 students. Small, everybody knew each other's business. You knew the good, the bad, the indifferent, the ugly. You knew it all. But this recipe, I really took most of this from my grandmother. And she loved fried potatoes. I loved fried potatoes. I think you're going to love fried potatoes after you see how these are prepared. I have pre-peeled a couple of potatoes. This is about 2 pounds of just a Yukon Gold potato, which is one of my favorites. I love Yukon Gold. And a lot of the times, I don't even peel the potatoes. I just scrub them really good with a brush under running water and make sure they're clean. I don't want any I don't want any rough spots in these. So I'm just peeling the potato. I do have a multi-camera stream. So often you will see an overhead camera. And then I know you're saying to yourself, but we want to see you, Ransom. I want you to see me too. But sometimes I have to cut away to the overhead and use it just so you can see what I'm doing. And I love this little potato peeler. I think this thing is maybe German, but it's carbon steel. And it is so sharp and does the job. My gosh. I grew up using a knife. We took a little paring knife and we hand did the potatoes. This is how I was taught to peel a potato, just like that. And my grandmother could peel a potato, and the peel would be just one big piece. She was so good with stuff like that. But if you watched my corn video, I'm making pickled corn, fermented corn, and of course, I did some other videos. I talk about, my grandmother a lot. I have here just some water to keep my potatoes from turning brown. And this is a little eye. That would actually turn into a sprout and turn into a root. And you could probably grow this potato out in your garden. I need to plant some potatoes. I really focused this year on a lot of garlic, and then I have a lot of herbs out there in the garden. So now I need to cut these potatoes. I like to clean my mess up though. Dirty dishes. Confession, I don't like a big mess. I hate a big mess, but most of all, dirty dishes drive me crazy. The dishwasher, yeah, so what? You still have to pack them in there, take them out. It just added a lot of labor. That's really how I see it. But the potatoes need to be cut, and a lot of recipes will recommend that you come in and cube these. I really prefer not to have them cubed. I like my potatoes more in slices, just like this. Like, this is a nice slice. I like this slice. And that's good. So, the thing about it is, though, here's the thing. Get out of that peel. The thing about cooking potatoes, you want them to all evenly cook. And in order to evenly cook, they need to be in approximately the same size. But you'll find that I don't often do it just exactly like some of the cookbooks would tell me to do. I like a potato where you can sit down and you can look at the potatoes in your plate and you can say, that was hand cut. That did not come from a machine. And you know that I got in the kitchen and I hand cut these for you. I didn't just whip them up in a processor. They're not instant. These were hand cut potatoes. And so I like the pieces when they're not uniform. And ultimately, if your knife skills need a little work, don't get down on yourself. It's okay. Get these potatoes the way you like them. This is your kitchen. Oh my gosh, Kat, hello. My producer just said I had comments and I need to be looking. Nikki Satz, hello, Nikki. I bought fresh tomatoes and I'm gonna make your sauce. Nikki, I'm gonna make your sauce. But yeah, these potatoes, my gosh, just feel free to chop them the way you want to eat them. You know, I even like the big round slices. The one thing that I want in my potato is I want a brown edge on a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I want a brown edge. A little bit of caramelization on the potato. Get out here, potatoes. Havoc, Kevin. Kevin, how are you? It's good to see you. Now, Havoc is here, and he's going to be a chat moderator. You know, Havoc always likes the boss hat. It's just who he is. He likes to have the power to come in and do that. But I want to do this so that, you know, hopefully I can find a few friends to hang out on my cooking channel with me. Many of you may not know this, but I'm a gamer. My roots are in gaming, and I do have a gaming channel with thousands of videos and thousands of followers that are absolutely, I've got one of the best group of people that hang out with me in gaming. I really do. And I'm always glad to hang out with my gamer friends because we have good times. And we've actually shared a lot of recipes. Nikki Satz, who is here, has shared, knife, get to the side. Nikki has shared a marinara sauce recipe with me. And I did buy fresh tomatoes just to be able to work on it. And Nikki, I'll get to it, I promise. Duck autocorrects to something else. What could duck it autocorrect to? All right, now let me drain these. I'm gonna step to the stove. I'm gonna drain the water off of these, and then I'm gonna boil them. I wanna boil these for probably about 5 minutes till they're just done on the outside and still raw in the middle, because I'm gonna set up my oven. Don't go anywhere. I need you to hang out with me. It's gonna get fun and it's gonna get tasty. I'll be right back. All right, now I put my potatoes on right there behind me. I've got the potatoes going. I have here some garlic. Now, my grandmother, on occasion, she would use the garlic, but we're also going to double up and I'm going to use a scallion. This is a little scallion I've got, and I just want to take this garlic and I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to use a garlic press. And normally I would just chop this. But I thought, what the heck? I'm going to use this garlic press, and I have no experience with this thing. None. And in the past, I've watched the garlic press. People use them on TV, as seen on TV. This garlic press, I just don't normally use them. I just like to chop my garlic myself. The potatoes need to cook for at least 5 minutes to just get them going. And then I'm going to drain them and we're going to start prepping them in my little camp stove. Camp stove. God, that smells good. That garlic. Come on now. Come on. Give me everything you've got. That garlic smells so good. I feel like it just leaves so much behind. That's the thing that I don't like about it. It leaves too much behind. See that? Can you see that on the camera? It leaves a lot of garlic in the press, and I'm not happy about that. I'm just simply not happy about it. These things make me just want to toss them. They make me want to just toss it. All right, I think I got everything I could out of that. She's giving me all she's got. Okay. Will that be enough? It will flavor my potatoes, and that's what I want, a good flavored potato. All right, get that out of here. Let's bring the onion over. Don't laugh at me for my knife skills. Superman. Superman, can you hear me? Speakeasy Bob, how are you, buddy? I'm looking at my screen. I have my iPad right there, and I like to look at it, but my producer is telling me, check your screen, check your screen. The scallions, I've often wondered, like, what is the big difference between scallions and an onion? And I know I have read this before. I have read it before. I should have brought my chopping knife in. But what is the difference? If you know, I'm making a mess. If you know what the difference is between a scallion and the onion, as far as the flavor profile, drop me a note and let me know. Wow, that turned into so much more than I thought it was going to be. But that's a little small scallion. I'll set that to the side. I'll put the rest of this in with the garlic because it's all going to go into the pan at the same time. And then as an additional ingredient, I have a little bit of smoked paprika. And remember, check my recipe because when I'm chatting and carrying on with you guys, sometimes I simply might misspeak the appropriate amount. But the recipe gets double checked and I make sure it's correct when I put it on my channel. Superman. Holy cow, Superman. It's because you're a super player. And yes, you're correct. I do get a kick out of that. Because I love seeing my friends be successful. 111 is amazing. And of course, you have the voice of somebody so young. You know, they think you're probably a 12-year-old winning all those battles. All right, now I want to set this to the side. Have my potatoes been on 5 minutes? Probably not. And later on in a video that will be posted in my channel, I'm going to be making some very special coleslaw. And I want you to tune in for that video when I post it because it will be a wilted coleslaw. and it will be dressed with a hot dressing. Don't miss out on that. That's going to come later. And I'm excited about bringing that recipe to you. Also, coming up on my channel, I will have a southern fried green tomato, and it's gonna have a hot honey drizzle. So if you like fried green tomatoes and you like a little bit of spice, don't hesitate to come back and check out that video. It's gonna be so good. All right, now I wanna just start this up. This is my little camp stove. Come on now, come on, don't let me down. Don't make me mad. All right. You know, I want everything made by Apple because I feel like the Apple stuff usually works. But if you're, if you're an Android fan, leave me a note, let me know. All right, the big skillet is on. This is a Lodge cast iron skillet. It's got a very deep sidewall. It has a nice base, a good area to fry on. And let me grab my potatoes. I need to just drain them and put them on a rack to let them cool because they have to cool down. I'll be right back. All right, my potatoes are out and I need to just, I'm putting these not on a rack, but I'm gonna put these on some paper towels and let these just dry out because I need these to dry for, you know, maybe just a couple of minutes. So I'm gonna spread them out on the paper towels, let them dry a little bit. In fact, to speed the process along, I'm just gonna dab them with this paper towel. But they will steam and dry quickly. Because oil and water, not friends. There's no love between oil and water. Now, this is the secret ingredient. This is the secret ingredient. And what I have in my hand, not what we in the South call liquid gold, which is bacon fat. This actually is duck fat. I said it out loud. If you can see that on the overhead, this is duck fat and it's at room temperature. So let's go ahead and get this in my pan. This is about 5 tablespoons. Yeah, Kat, yes. I mean, 111, it's amazing. It is amazing. And it goes. And probably if I were back home and they were watching me, if my family was, if they were watching me, I would have probably put a little bit more in there, right? I would have put a little bit more. All right, now I want to go ahead and get ready with my salt and my pepper because I'm going to be needing that. I'm going to turn this up a tad and get my pan up to a nice level. I want to see a little bit of like a wavy look in the bottom of the pan and feel some of the heat coming off of that, because then we're going to put the potatoes in, fried taters as we say back home. And you want them to really stay on the pan. I don't like the look of this one. Get out of there. Bad potato. You want them to stay on the one side for about 5 minutes. You know, you want them to brown, get crispy, and that oil's getting hot. So let's start with putting them in. Be careful in the kitchen. You know, growing up, I didn't wear glasses, but now, of course, they help me see. But I also like the fact that it keeps I'm making a mess. This is live, I can't go back. Let me spread these out. Let me grab a spatula. All right, let me spread these out. There's another little spot. Let's get it out of there. You are uninvited. I rescind your invitation. All right, we get them on here. And let's let them cook for a couple of minutes. You know, I've got this turned up. And then I think I will just use this bowl to put them back in. This is where I had the water and I had my potatoes sitting. I gave this a quick little rinse. I'll dry it out because I don't want any water in there to make my potatoes soggy. Now remember, these were pre-boiled, and the potatoes and duck fat, they are going to marry. It's going to be a match that's just extraordinary. So I do love the sound of a frying potato. Really, what I would like to serve with this, and if I, you know, had a bigger stove right here, we'd put on some smoked pork chops, because I do like a smoked pork chop with fried potatoes. And then I will be making a video of the wilted, it's not just wilted cabbage, it's like a slaw. And it's gonna have some great ingredients. So come back and check out that video. So be sure to hit subscribe so you'll be notified when I post that. And if you missed it today, I had a video, I think I had a video that went up today at 2. Maybe not, maybe it was yesterday I put one up. But if you missed those videos, you know, check them out, give me that thumbs up. I'm doing everything I can to make the channel grow. All right, these are smelling good. I don't want to salt them just yet, you know, and often people salt the water, and that's fine, but I'm going to salt them when I turn them over, because when I turn these, when I give them a flip, I'm going to put my garlic, my onion, and my paprika into the pan. But that's going to be when I flip these. Oh my gosh, Kat, pork chops and apple butter. Superman, you always click the bell and select all, but it never tells me when I go live. But Kat, yeah, you know, I actually have, I bought some fresh apples at the market today, and I actually have some apples. Applesauce with this would be so good. And Kat, my grandmother, she would have loved that suggestion, and she would have had a fresh fruit on the table, and she loved to fry apple slices, make fresh applesauce. She loved to fry a peach and a little bit of brown sugar and butter. There was always a fruit on the table that went with the meal. She just was that way, you know, it was always balanced. And everything was recognizable. It was always recognizable. I do, ooh, and I can see those starting to brown. But she loved a lot of items on the table, a good selection, and everything, Kat, everything was put into a bowl. It had a serving dish. Like, you did not go back to the oven to really pull out anything. Ooh, calm down, pan, calm down. Now, these are starting to brown, and I did turn the eye up, probably a medium high, the fire, the flame. And I've got a lot of potatoes. It was about 2 pounds of potatoes. I'm just gonna let those cook for a minute longer. I wanna come in first with my onions. Get in there, onions, scallion. And then I'm gonna come in with my garlic, because the garlic, I'm gonna save that. The garlic can actually burn. Salt to taste. And then a lot of good black pepper. I recently saw someone talk about how they loved to pan fry their black pepper. And they think that it really activates the flavors. And, you know, it very well could. It very well could. Oh, the smell, the smell. Viewers, if you could just smell these fried potatoes, you'd be so happy. I need to get something to take these up. Well, I'll take them up in this, but I feel like I need a taste test. Let me grab a bowl. Hang on. I'm gonna grab. I just happen to have a bowl handy. Now, is my music, chat, is my music playing when I go on that little be right back screen? I wonder if it's playing. Let me know, because remember, you know, this is live and I haven't really practiced a lot on this. Oh, I hope the above camera is picking up how beautiful these are. But the duck fat is gonna add a lot of flavor. It's gonna be really good. And it has a high smoke point. It does have a high smoke point. Now I'm gonna let these continue to cook just for a minute. I think I'll come in with a little bit of the paprika. Oh, so pretty. That's just beautiful. And of course I've got paprika all over my hands, but it's okay. I don't mind, you know, your hands are your best tool. They're the best tool ever. Now I'm gonna do the garlic. This is that crushed garlic. I should have hand cut it with a knife. Because I would have probably liked it better if I would have hand cut it. Get out of there, garlic. Oh man, that just added another depth of aroma. Now, these are looking beautifully done. I'm gonna turn the heat off. The garlic smells great. The thing about garlic is, you gotta be careful because it can easily burn. Now, let's get my bowl over. I'm using a batter bowl. We'll take some of these up. And a slotted spatula would be good here, or a slotted spoon, just to let some of that oil drain away. But can you see how beautiful these are? Can we get an overhead shot to show everybody how beautifully done these are? Oh my gosh, they just smell so good. Smoky Mountain, Southern style fried potatoes, fried in duck fat with a little bit of scallion or onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of paprika. That's the secret, and letting them brown. You know, let these brown. All right, let me set that there and let me put me a few in a bowl because I want to give these a taste test. And normally I would ask my grandmother to leave mine in the pan an extra long time. I really did love for them just to stay in an extra long time. And she always did good by me. She always left my potatoes in a little bit longer so that they would be beautifully browned. And even today, if I'm out at a restaurant, which I don't do very often anymore, because I just stay to, I prefer to stay home and cook it the exact way that I like it. But if I do go out to a restaurant and it's some type of potato, fried potato, I ask them to be sure to let mine stay a little bit longer. Now, let's see if I've got a fork handy. Let me grab a fork. Fork, can you hear me? All right, can you see these? They smell good. Let's give them a taste. And I'm gonna come in with just a little bit more salt on mine. And I'll put a little on the top in the bowl. Let's give them a try. I feel like I need to go ahead and fix the coleslaw with these. Now this is hot. This is very hot. Don't burn your tongue. If you're at home, caution, hot. Or caution, man working, mountain man. Oh my gosh. So flavorful, so tasty. You won't need ketchup. You won't need ranch on these. Just eat them exactly the way they came out of the pan. The depth of flavor, that duck fat, the onion, the garlic, the salt, the pepper really brings these to life. Now, be sure, come on now, hang out with me. I'll fry up a big pan of potatoes, and you and we're gonna enjoy these Smoky Mountain Southern style fried potatoes with duck fat. It's the secret ingredient that really brings these to a different level. I'm Ransom Ryder. Thank each and every one of you for coming to hang out with me. Be sure to join me on my journey in the kitchen. And if you know me from my gaming channel, I'll see you very soon. Bye, bye. Oh, and check me out for that special coleslaw. It's coming. It's coming real soon. Bye. I'm gonna finish these.